Hi, I'm Sharon, the Boss Stylist, and I help other professionals make six figures and beyond by proper business setup and marketing. What I want to talk about today is why would a beauty professional need to have liability insurance? Well, you would need it because we're always at the risk of losing. You might say, losing what? Well, we have clients that come in, and when they come into our establishment, we actually take responsibility for them. So they could slip and fall, they could break a leg or another limb, or they could throw out their back. And by them doing it in our establishments, makes us responsible. So we want to make sure that that is something that's covered. We don't know if it's real or whether it's fake, but it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to something like that. Also, too, we are doing hair, nails, makeup, all types of things in the beauty industry that can cause damage, hair loss, as well as allergic reactions. And so we want to make sure that we're covered for that, because that person is going to want to make us responsible. And if we're not covered, then that could put us out of business. And we definitely don't want that. So we have to make sure that we have a policy in place that will actually cover us and the client or visitors, so to speak. Another reason why we would need it is because we could have a theft. We could have a theft or a robbery. I remember a friend of mine worked in a salon, and the salon that she worked in got robbed at the end of the day. And the person took their purses, the jewelry off of their bodies, as well as all the money they earned that day. And he took it from them and the clients. So we are not covered well. That could be a major, major loss that could set us back or even put us out of business. And that can be something that's very harmful. We also need to be covered in case of fire, a natural disaster, or let's say water damage. We don't know. We use water. I remember my salon one time flooded because one of the stylists that worked in there left the water hose on. The water got cut off at the end of the street because there was a water main break. And when she came in, she cut the water on, but she didn't cut it back off. And so when they finished working in the street, working on that break, when the water came on, it came on at about 2 in the morning, and it ran till about 6 or 7 o'clock before we discovered that the water was on in the salon. Oh my goodness, it was such a mess. So we need a policy in place that will cover that, because I flooded my whole unit. There was water standing in the salon, as well as both units on both sides of me. I flooded them. On the side of me was a lawyer, one side, and the other side was a seamstress. And I flooded both of their places. So I had to be responsible for all that. And if I didn't have a policy in place, that could have really, really set me back. Also, to fire, lightning strikes and natural disasters happen quite often. And so we want to make sure that our tools that are housed in this place of business, this establishment, are covered, because we can't afford to be out of business for months. So get a policy in place to cover those things. Let me cut my computer back on because my notes went off. But we want to make sure also that if we are a salon or in a salon suite, the owner has a policy. So if anything were to happen, they're covered. But that doesn't mean that they cover you. So you want to make sure that you have a policy in place that will cover you. You want that policy to include that when you walk inside your salon to work, your establishment, the clothes that you have on, the jewelry that you're wearing, the laptop that you bring, the cell phone, the tablet, all of those things we use for business, you need all those things to be covered. So how much of a policy you would need? I would say a minimum of $1,000,000 and $25,000 in a liability. The $1,000,000 will cover you between any lawsuits that can be brought up against you. You need that in place. It makes you sleep well at night. The $25,000 policy minimum, and some of us need even more, but you need all of your tools, all of your products, all of your tablets, phones, computers, all of that stuff needs to be covered under a liability policy. Because like I said earlier, it's better to be set back just a few days than to be set back for a few months or even completely out of business because none of that stuff was covered. This is how we feed ourselves. This is how we take care of our families. So we want to make sure that those things are covered. A policy of this magnitude, though, is not very expensive. The policy that I have, the person that I use, I actually pay $59 a month or $700 for the whole year for the policy, and all of my things are covered. And that is so vital and so needed when you are trying to run a business and not just do hair. This is how money is made. You have to put things in place so that things like this won't set you back and put a big dent in your pocketbook or in your lifestyle. So look into this. You can Google a liability policy and get some quotes for yourself. I actually have a blog post on my page, www.bossstylist.com. I don't know what I want to say, but anyway, it's www.bossstylist.com, and you can actually read this actual post. It's got a little bit more information in it, as well as you can get some suggestions of insurance agencies that you can use right now that can get you started and get this policy enforced, because the beginning of riches starts with the beginning of coverage. So I hope you find this information helpful. I encourage you to be bossy, and please, please, please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.